Alright, another day, another opportunity to get some stuff done. The main goal here is to get the oil reservoir in there, figure out if I want to run the hose down through there or if I want to cut something up here. I'm not sure. But then obviously hook it on up to, to right there, and we should be good. Let me tuck that back. And then I want to wire the bilge. I want to run the big wires to the motor from the switch, and then I have more stuff to do, but let's not talk about it and let's actually do it. So I'm gonna get to the oil reservoir first. I also got to go about, I'm gonna cut the wires and I'm gonna rewire it because I don't have the plug harness. It's only 2 wires to wire it over here, positive, negative, so shouldn't be a problem there. It hooks up. Actually, I know it's same color as that. I'm not sure if that's the exact deal right there, but I'll do a little bit of research. I'll figure it out. So I took it out a little. Now I'm going to bolt that down into there so it can stay still. Got a nice new motor on there. The only thing is that that's a filter down there, and I don't think that looks very new. It's not. It don't look bad, but what some people do is recommend you replace that every year. So I'll probably end up ordering a new one. It's not that hard to get this out, so I'm just going to throw in a new hose. Whereas this one had a filter in the middle of the hose, most don't. I've never seen one right there. And then I wanted to look up to see if they're like 66, and there's typically not a filter right there. It's just that filter down there before it gets into the pump, and then pumps on up and goes directly to there. So I'm going to work this off. I'm going to set it all in there, get that installed, and this is what I was talking about here. You have the brown and blue wire right there. I'll have to re-look up, I forget. One is obviously positive, one's negative. And then I think this one is to send it up to see the oil level on the gauges at the helm. But this one, I believe, goes to the outboard in order to say, hey, we need some oil, so activate the pump and then roll. Anyway, I'm going to get rolling on this. Yeah, see, that's the right size hose. Alright. Might as well dispose of this old oil and then just fill it in with some fresh stuff like this right here. Alright, so I'm gonna just put this a little bit off. See, if I put it like that, then the hose and the wire ends right here and it just whoop, go right out. If I put it the other way, then it'll be over in this corner and I'll have to run it like that. So let me do this real quick to make sure I got enough hose. I'm gonna just run it along with the fuel hose right here. And then, where can I have this? Right here? This one fits right on there. Perfect. And I understand a lot of people do zip ties on this, but there's a reason why I should do a zip tie. Huh. Maybe I don't like that. Yeah, hold up. I don't know if I like that. Huh. Kinda like that a little better. One more tighten down for a good measure. Alright, so that should be good. That ain't going nowhere. I think that should be good. I think. I'm happy with that. We don't have much, do we? If I go straight through, I'll have enough. That's why you run the hose before you drill that in, because look, this is all the way fully extended right around there, and this is up a little bit, so if we're down exactly where that hole is, we will be good, and we'll have just enough if we go ahead and put this deal right around here. We're gonna retrofit this if I can fit. Alright, so if that goes right there, this comes out right around here. Let's do that. I think this would help. A little cockeyed, huh? He'll cut a hole. Maybe not. This can run in just right there. I'm going to push this over a little bit. Yeah, we're good. Here we go. And like always, we're going to have a washer. We're going to have 5200. Literally just stick the screw into the end of the 5200. Just like this. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Figured it was a good idea to empty out, you know, the old oil. I don't know the history of this oil, if there's any water in there, what may have happened. So I'm gonna dump this in here. I'm also doing this over here because I'm prone to spilling. You never know what may happen. Now I got a better look at that fuel filter. The fuel filter may be fresh, actually. Cool. This is a whole lot easier to deal with when there's no oil in it. Very light. Good stuff. Fits just right. Easy access to fill it up. It's mostly in the corner inside of this box. Alright, that's not all the way tight, but that's good enough for now. Nothing's permanent in here. You need to change the filter, change the motor, take out the whole canister. Just leave the bracket, that's the whole point. Cool. That should be good. If only someone would have made that box bigger, I could have just put everything over there, but you know, whoever built this boat, they ain't very smart. So, I'm gonna forego the wiring for now. I gotta wire the bilge, I gotta wire this reservoir, I gotta run the big wires to the outboard. I'm gonna throw the key switch and the panel on a console, and then I could just do all the wiring at once. I had to run all that, I had to run the other Teleflex cable as well. And then I could just, I would like to get a wiring harness for this instead of cut the wires and just manually wire it, but the connector for that, $140. Now I have a big spool of wire that'll do the same exact thing, it just doesn't have the connectors on the end. Alright, that's where the Teleflex cables go in, by the way. One hooks up to there, one hooks up to there. One is gear, one is throttle. So we got the key. I'm assuming that'll go right there. Yep, looks like a good spot for me. It really don't matter that much. I'm gonna just slide all this crap down in there. Alright. Would you look at that? Doesn't fit. I thought for sure it was gonna be perfect. Mind you, we still have another side over here. I'm not gonna install that just yet due to, you know, I'd like to be able to work on the Teleflex cables right here and just whoop, go right in. But at least now I know I gotta make that hole a little bit bigger, so keep that in mind. Now my absolute favorite thing in the world to do, let's get that thing fished. This is a hefty end to get through. Maybe this is why people don't use rigging tubes, because it's easier just for it to freely hang or freely run down below, but it just hanging down there stresses me out. Let's hope that holds. Let's get it started. It's right at this 90. It's a long 90, but like I didn't have enough room to fit two 45s. Woo. See the struggle I went through. But we got it. We got it. Feed this fella through here. Good Lord, how does this even fit all this crap? They only give you just enough room. Like, I want extra room. Come on. Ooh! So close. Don't break. Bueno. Right there, we'll need 1.5 inches. Right there, we need 3 1/4. 1.5 inches, 3 1/4. Each way. Ignore. Here, like that. Just 3 1/4. Yeah, I'll probably shift it over a little bit actually. Of course I tighten that down, because I'm diligent, unfortunately. Come on. Am I missing something? I'm missing something. Oh, I just slid this on, didn't I? Alright. A tip from Born Again Boating YouTube channel, which I've definitely referenced more than a few times. Put the nut back on so that it's just above the threads. So when we hit the hammer on it, it hits the nut. And we're supposed to have like our leg right here and then kind of push like that, but I'm a bit of a disadvantage here, so maybe maybe, oh, okay then. Definitely worked. Shout out to Born Again Boating. Wait. Okay. I'm just gonna offset it a little bit over here. Come on. Come on, big money, big money. Are you kidding me? There we go, we can fit it. Boom. I'm happy with that. Ting! Ding, 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 ding. You know, it ain't perfect, but quite literally, it's better than nothing. It's just 5200. It basically turns to rubber, so if I get it on this hydraulic stuff, I ain't too worried about it. We are good, except for a little bit of the lip right there. It sets right on there. That right there is really all I need. Let's see if we got this time. And we do. You're gonna hit this too. All tighten down. Throw this right back. This fell on. Alright, so there it is. I do have to wait for the ends for the Teleflex cables to come on there. I don't have to, but it'd make my life a whole lot easier so that I can just easily flip this over, throw the Teleflex up through there, and hook them on. And I'm just going to call it a day. I'm fairly happy with what we got accomplished today. So we got the oil reservoir installed, bracketed, and running the oil line. We have the bilge screwed in and wired up to the helm. We have this run back to the motor. We have this installed. We have that hatch on up there. What else did we do today? I don't know. But what do we have to do until we get this boat in the water? We got a few things in the mail, like the plug. We want to make sure we have the plug in the boat, and then the ends to the Teleflex cables, and the bulb for the fuel line. So, with that being said, what do we have left to do until this gets in the water? Well, I have to run power from that switch to the outboard. I have to mount that switch and that breaker. You can see those just chilling down there. And then I have to take the bulb that comes in the mail and run it on the fuel line that we re-ran. And then I'm going to throw that bulb on there. I'm going to install it into here, and then fuel lines should be good. I have to run the other Teleflex cable, hook them up on that end, and hook them up on this end. Assemble this, install it in there. By switch 1, switch 2, wire that. Connect the gauges and the switch and the binacle to each other. And that's really it. Oh crap, I have to wire the oil reservoir. I thought I was gonna do that today. I gotta wire that to there. I just gotta make sure I know which wire is which, because over there it's a blue and a brown. Over here, there's some striped ones. I assume the blue is to the blue, and I hope the yellow is to the brown. But I'm gonna have to double check that. Some bolts and some screws in there. Obviously I gotta grind and paint those tops there. And also I'd like to make sure I mount that fuse panel right there. I know that sounds like a lot, and yeah, it kind of is, but it is Friday. So hopefully between tomorrow and Sunday, I should be able to get all that done and be able to test it on Sunday, or wait until nobody's at the boat ramp. Maybe do a couple more things Monday morning and then put it in the water on Monday. We are in the home stretch. I know I've said that before. I keep underestimating how long this is going to take, and everyone around me, as well as people online, are always saying it's going to take longer than you think. It's going to take longer than you think. Yeah, they're right. Well, that being said, I'm gonna get out of here before I start messing other stuff up and breaking things intentionally. So, hope y'all have a good day, good week, and I think a dragonfly just ran into the window. Anyway, I'll see y'all next week.